welcome to June. This is Gwendolyn. Welcome back to the channel, or if it's your first time here, welcome. This is going to be a video for Leo for June 2017. And as some of you can see, I'm using a different deck. I usually use the Greer, which is more vibrant, illustrative, storybook kind of feel to it. But for some reason for June, I'm feeling the Rider Waite, which is a bit more of the standard Pamela Coleman Smith deck. So some of you may know that one as well. And I'd be curious to see what you guys think about me switching up decks, or if you prefer that I stick with the Greer. This is the first time in about 2 years that I've switched decks. I've always used the Greer. But anyway, I'm just going to get straight into June for Leo. So let's see what comes up for Leo here. I'm just going to give it a couple more shuffles. Let's see. So Page of Wands is the central card for you, which is a fire sign. This is the younger side of you, Leo. This is an openness and a willingness in terms of the fire element, which usually has to do with optimism. It has to do with being open to things, having a willingness to take action. So the fact that this is showing up as your central card for June, I'm kind of just getting that you're open to taking things on in June. You've got that open heart, that willing attitude, that willingness to take action. So that's you, definitely. And look at all this blue. I'm getting like blue, clear skies ahead. Every single one of these cards has that clear blue background, not a cloud in the sky. So in this case, there are some clouds around here regarding decision making, but in general, I'm getting that June is pretty open and clear. So usually that clear blue is also clear thinking. So that's another figure for June for you. I'm going to just lay out the last cards here. Week 1, another page of coins. Week 2, you've got Queen of Swords in reverse. Week 3 is Ace of Cups. And then week 4 is 9 of Swords. So let me take a look at what's going on here, Leo. In general, this is an optimism. This is, again, Page of Wands, which is the page of fire. It's the youthful side of you. It's the active side. It's the side that's willing to just begin something and take action on something. This could be, it's just sort of like saying, I want to get into the game. I want to get into the arena. I'm showing up. I'm ready to go. And in your shadow position, there's something that you're having a difficult time making a decision about. This is 2 of Swords, which is being stuck between two thoughts. Swords represent the thought element, the mental air element. So it's 2 thoughts, 2 beliefs, 2 ideas. And 2 of Swords usually means I'm stuck between choosing one or the other, so I'm just going to check out. That's why she's blindfolded here. And it kind of puts you in a stagnant state, or a state of stasis. It keeps you immobilized. So this being in your shadow position, it's saying that you may not even be willing to confront the fact that you're trying to make a decision between something. You just don't want to face it. You don't want to deal with it. And this may have arisen during that new moon in Gemini. I'm seeing this new moon. So around the last week of May, there may be something that you're having a hard time making a decision about. And so you're like, I just don't want to face it. I just don't want to think about it. That's happening. It may even be happening beneath your consciousness, because that's what the shadow position is usually about. So just to let you know, if you want to work on that in terms of addressing any subconscious things that you're trying to avoid or decision making, a way out of that is to just choose one, experiment with one of the swords, put down the other sword and take the blindfold off and take action. This is a good month for that because you're in a position of action. You're in your natural element of fire. So just taking some sort of action will bring you out of the stasis of the stagnant state. And it doesn't matter which one you choose. You can always change your mind. But what taking action does, and choosing one of the swords, is it breaks you out of that position of immobility. So if you're sitting immobilized, stagnant, in a state of stasis or indecision or any sort of avoidance, that's another word for this card, any way out of that is move in any direction. Move forward, move backward, side to side. Choose one element of action, and that will break apart the immobility. You can always change direction later, but choosing one will help you, and you're ready for that. Page of Wands says, I'm ready to take action. I'm ready to make a move. So whatever that's regarding, you'll know more about that. What's passing away, and then this is interesting too, is an inability to make a decision or see clearly. This is what's passing away, which is nice here, is Seven of Cups. And this is the fog is going to be clearing regarding decision making. Seven of Cups means not really being clear about what your options are. It's like a lot of attractive things that are sparkly and in front of you, but having sort of a nebulous vision when it comes to identifying the different options that are there and what they really are. Sometimes when I see this card, I usually read it as what you see is not what you get. It's sort of like do your research, do the deep digging behind. But as I'm reading it here for you with this Two of Swords, both of them are about options. And this one has some fog that's sort of clouding the vision of it, so you're not really seeing things clearly. That's what's passing away for you. So it's going to be clearer for you in June about what decisions need to be made and what action needs to be taken to move forward, to move out of any stagnation of indecision. What's approaching for you is Judgment in reverse. So Judgment is a card that I usually read as forgiveness. Judgment is a spiritual fire that comes in for renewal and lets all the old dead souls free. So I sometimes look at this as old family baggage or old relationship baggage. Old stories from the past is what this is about. So if there's any way that you need to release some old stories of the past, especially as it has to do with forgiveness, it may be a good time that may be coming up for you. There may be some resistance against that because Judgment is in reverse here. So you may have a hard time looking at the old stories from the past and releasing them. It's going to be necessary to employ forgiveness towards yourself and towards others in order to let those stories from the past go. That's part of what this Nine of Swords is about. When we have too much on our mind, we can go in circles, and it's just us fighting there. So I'm going to say when you employ forgiveness, especially as it comes up for you, this is what's going to be coming into your arena, is an opportunity in June to use that renewing power of forgiveness. It may be challenging for you. You may feel like you don't want to let this go or that you don't want to release them. This is a card of Judgment, remember. So it's a card of, rendering a decision, of weighing things out, but it's usually a card of release. And what I'm going to say about this is that by doing this, you're releasing yourself. So if you're when cards are in reverse, it's usually has to do with doubt, fear, or resistance to something. And so with Judgment in the reverse position, there's some sort of doubt, fear, or resistance towards allowing forgiveness to yourself or to someone else. But I'm going to encourage you to employ it because you are seeing things very clearly in June. That's what all this blue sky is about. So see if you can embrace that. It might be challenging and it may be difficult. Remember that when you're forgiving someone, it's not that you're condoning their behavior or it's not that you're accepting it. But what you're choosing is to not let it weigh you down. You're choosing to not carry it anymore. So that is the theme of release and renewal. And you are actually one of these souls that's getting released as well. And then also highlighted, this is kind of a fun part with this, highlighted for you is Three of Cups. It's in reverse, which means that there might be some doubt, fear, or resistance related to it, but I'm getting that that's really having to do with this card, the Judgment card that's also in reverse. Once you deal with this and removing whatever doubt, fear, or resistance is related to that, employing forgiveness, you're actually able to open up to feeling more lighthearted, more sociable. This is natural Leo territory. You guys are really interested in connecting with others, participating in social events, going to parties, living that lavish, fun lifestyle. And so this will open you up to that it'll kind of lift whatever's feeling heavy and open you up to feeling more like supported with friends and family, with like-minded people, more like, okay, now that I've gotten this off my chest, now that I'm no longer carrying this around because I've released it, then look at all these people. They turn from gray into vibrant, colorful singing and dancing. You know, that's where Leo wants to live. That's your highlighted card for June. So I'm going to really encourage you to take action. You're the Page of Wands. You're showing up as open and willing to take action. Use that energy to help you out of this indecisive period. If you've had any of that, if there's something that you're struggling with, trying to identify your choices and your options, just take action in any direction and really use the power, the spiritual fire of forgiveness, both with yourself and others. And it's going to make you far more lighthearted. It's going to really open up, you know, socializing, feeling supported, feeling like you're around like-minded people, dancing, singing, celebrating. That's highlighted for you in June. So that's my general reading for you, Leo, for June. You've got a lot of clear, open day for you, and you've got some nice socializing, partying energy here, but you really have to work on this forgiveness piece and letting stories of the past go. That might be a difficult hurdle to work on, but that's what's coming up for you that's what's arriving for you in June, an opportunity to do that. For week 1, I see you in sort of a new lifestyle. You've got Page of Pentacles here, which again is openness and willingness, this time in terms of the physical world. Coins represent the physical surroundings. So this has to do with money, job, assets, lifestyle, your physical environment, your physical surroundings. So some of you may be starting a new job. Some of you may be starting a new lifestyle. It's basically the environment around you may feel new, but you're open to it and you're willing. You've got this double page energy. One is in terms of action and one is in terms of physical surroundings. So this can also be money, assets, possessions. If you're looking for a job, a raise right now might be a good time to ask for that because you're open and willing to receive. For some of you, like I said, it might be starting a new job. But there's a lot of openness and willingness for you in June. And this specifically relates to the physical. So new work environment, new lifestyle, new money, new possessions, new assets, new environment. For week 2, I see Queen of Swords in reverse. This is usually related to an air sign. So Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. And she is tough on the rules. Queen of Swords is someone who defines boundaries. She's usually very truthful and honest, but in the reverse position, she's kind of wielding her authority in not so fair of a way. She's usually very fair, but here she's turning up in reverse. So if you have a female boss that is an air sign, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, or if there's, say, a mother figure, an aunt, someone who is in a position of authority who's not brandishing it fairly and honestly as she normally does. This is someone that you may want to just either avoid in the second week of June or understand that she may not be showing up as her normal self. If there's someone that you feel like you can usually trust to be reliable and fair and honest and true, the second week of June may not be the time where she may feel a little bit upside down right now. There may be competition, or sometimes the Queen of Swords can feel a little blunt or a little sharp. So I would say that just be aware of that. Be aware that you're actually looking at one another in this spread. You're coming as like an open-hearted, hey, I'm here, I'm willing to take action. And she's like handing down the law, but there's a very pointed sword that's like coming down. So I would just say, keep in your own realm, Leo. Do your own thing. Don't worry about any cutting words from a Queen of Swords person. If you have someone who's an air sign who feels like they're sort of sharp or cutting or saying things that are acerbic or, blunt. I know blunt and sharp are like opposites, but here they both can come from Queen of Swords. Damaging words. Just take action. Go in a different direction. Avoid that. Just do your own thing is what I'm getting with Page of Wands. Don't don't internalize that. She's just not herself this second week of June. Third week of June, you may have some opportunities for new love or new passion. This can be either like a romantic partnership or renewal of a current relationship, or it could be just doing something that you love. Aces are always beginnings, and cups are the emotional side of ourselves. It's the heart side. So something that you love, something that you're passionate about. This can also be creativity. But new love is generally what this is about. And it's sort of like the universe is trying to hand you something that's going to add to your heart. I call this card, my cup runneth over. So it's when your heart is so full that it spills over, and it's just like sharing the joy with others. You know how that feeling when you're newly in love and everyone notices it and they say, what's going on? I can just see you're glowing. That's kind of Ace of Cups energy, and that's coming in for you week 3. So keep your eye out for the universe trying to hand you something new that you're going to love, whether it be a new person, a new passion, a new project, a new something that you enjoy. It's wanting to hand you that extra emotional heart energy. And then week 4, try not to get in your head too much, Leo, because there's something that may keep you up at night, but it's really, you know, in this card, I always point out that she's safe at home in her bed. There's nothing of danger there. There's just on her bed, there's a carving of one person fighting by themselves with a sword. So it's really a card of overthinking. You can see, again, these swords represent thoughts, ideas, beliefs, but there's too many of them. You can see there's only 3 of them that she has, say 3 problems perhaps, but she's making it into 9 by overthinking it. So this is a card of overthinking, worry, making mountains out of molehills. You know, if you have some issues that you're thinking about, that's fine, but don't make it more than it is. Don't go in circles in your mind. Sometimes when this card shows up, it means too much air energy. So a good way out of it is to connect to any of the other elements. So connect with water energy, which has to do with heart energy. So connect with one of your friends who you just have great heart connection with, or in a relationship, or literally go spend time by the water. Or earth energy can also bring you out of this. So connecting with your body, or meditating, connecting with nature. That's all earth elements, you know, spending time around a mountain or wherever, you know, going hiking around rocks. Or fire energy, which is where you're at this month in June, which is taking action. So exercising, you know, being active in producing something, you know, being in motion, or being involved in something that you're passionate about, engrossed about, something that inspires you. All that fire energy, being creative, all of that can help you out of your mind energy if your mind starts to take on a life of its own this 4th week of June. So you've got some nice balance of energies going on. You're seeing things clearly in June. There's not a cloud in the sky. You're ready to take action. It's going to help you through any indecision that you may have had recently, or that may be going on under the surface. There's an opportunity to forgive yourself or someone else that may be challenging for you, but I encourage you to embrace that, because that's coming in for June, and it's only going to lighten up your energy, Leo. It's only going to make you feel more supported, you know, more into celebrating and having time with your friends. It's going to like lighten your burden. So that's my reading for you, Leo, for June. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up or share it with another Leo who you think might enjoy it. And if you're interested in one of these mats, I have these for sale on my website. You can check those out there. I have different colors for each of the signs. And as always, I just want to thank everyone so much for watching. Yours in the stars.